Ford sold 750,000 F-150s in America last year at an average price of $57,000, while a Chinese pickup with comparable towing capacity, longer range, and better technology just launched in Australia for $38,000, and it's heading to 47 other markets in 2026. This isn't about cheap knockoffs anymore. These trucks are legitimately capable. They're already replacing American pickups in half the world, and the only reason you haven't seen one in your driveway is a 25% tariff that won't last forever. Today, you're finding out exactly which Chinese trucks are taking market share from Detroit, how they're doing it, and why Ford and Ram executives are having very uncomfortable board meetings right now. Let me start with the one that's causing the most immediate panic because it's not even fully electric, which means it solves the range problem that's kept most truck buyers away from EVs. BYD Shark. The BYD Shark is the truck that's going to change everything, and it's doing it with a powertrain strategy that American manufacturers dismissed as too complicated 3 years ago. This is a plug-in hybrid pickup that combines a 1.5-liter turbocharged gasoline engine with dual electric motors to deliver 430 horsepower, 3,500 kilograms of towing capacity, and over 800 kilometers of total range. And it costs $38,500 in Australia, where it just launched. Here's why this matters. American truck buyers keep saying they'd consider an EV if it could tow and had real range. The Ford F-150 Lightning can tow 4,500 kilograms, but range drops to 160 kilometers when you're actually towing a loaded trailer. That makes it useless for anyone who needs to tow regularly. The Shark solves this with its plug-in hybrid system. You get 100 kilometers of pure electric range for daily driving, which covers 90% of truck usage. But when you hook up a trailer or need to drive 500 kilometers, the gasoline engine kicks in as a generator, maintains battery charge, and gives you 800 total kilometers of range while still delivering full electric torque. The powertrain uses BYD's DMO Super Hybrid system with a 150 kilowatt electric motor on the front axle and a 170 kilowatt motor on the rear, totaling 320 kilowatts or 430 horsepower. The 1.5-liter turbo engine produces 130 kilowatts, but it's not connected to the wheels mechanically. It only charges the 29.58 kilowatt-hour battery pack. This setup gives you instant electric torque for towing while eliminating range anxiety completely. The 60-liter fuel tank means even if you can't charge for days, you still have 700 kilometers of range operating in hybrid mode. The specs match American trucks in the areas that matter. Towing capacity is 3,500 kilograms, which is less than an F-150's 6,000 kilogram max, but covers most consumer towing needs. Payload is 835 kilograms. The bed measures 1,500 millimeters long, which is shorter than a full-size American bed, but adequate for most work. Ground clearance is 230 millimeters with approach and departure angles of 29.5 and 25 degrees. It's not a hardcore off-roader, but it's more capable than most mall crawlers pretending to be work trucks. Inside, the Shark doesn't feel cheap. The dashboard features a 15.6-inch rotating touchscreen and a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, leather seats with heating and ventilation, dual-zone climate control. The rear seats fold up for storage and offer decent legroom. Build quality is solid with tight panel gaps and quality materials. It's not luxury, but it's legitimately competitive with mid-trim F-150s. The bed features a spray inliner, integrated tie-downs, and a 220-volt power outlet rated at 6 kilowatts. That's enough to run power tools all day on a job site or provide emergency home backup during power outages. The tonneau cover is powered. The tailgate has a soft close damper. These are features you'd option on an F-150 for thousands extra. Here's the part that terrifies Ford and Ram. The Shark launches in Australia at 57,900 Australian dollars, which is 38,500 US dollars. It's also confirmed for Mexico, Brazil, Thailand, and over 40 other markets in 2026. A comparable F-150 hybrid starts at $57,000 in the US. A Ram 1500 starts at $55,000. The Shark costs 35% less while offering better technology and solving the range problem that keeps truck buyers away from EVs. BYD is already ramping production to 200,000 units annually. They're not testing the market. They're going all in. In every market where they launch, they're taking sales directly from Ford and Ram. In Thailand, the Shark outsold the Ford Ranger in its first month on sale. In Brazil, it's projected to capture 8% of the pickup market in year one. These aren't small numbers. This is market disruption happening in real time. But the Shark is a hybrid, which means it still needs gas stations. The next truck eliminates that completely and does it at a price that makes the F-150 Lightning look like a scam. GWM Poer / Changan. Great Wall Motors has been building pickups longer than most people realize, and their Poer, also sold as the Cannon in some markets, is already the best-selling Chinese pickup in the world, with over 300,000 units sold in 2024. This isn't a startup trying to figure out trucks. This is an established manufacturer that's been refining their pickup for a decade, and the latest generation just launched with both diesel and electric powertrains starting at $32,000. The Poer comes in multiple variants, but the ones causing problems for American brands are the diesel Hi4T hybrid and the full electric version. The diesel hybrid uses a 2.4-liter turbo diesel engine with an electric motor integrated into the rear axle to deliver 330 horsepower combined and 750 Newton-meters of torque. That's more torque than a Ford Ranger diesel. Towing capacity is 3,000 kilograms. The hybrid system gives you 70 kilometers of electric-only range in the city, then seamless diesel power for long-distance towing. Fuel economy is rated at 7.8 liters per 100 kilometers, which is 30% better than a conventional diesel. The full electric Poer EV uses a 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack with dual motors producing 300 kilowatts or 408 horsepower. Range is rated at 505 kilometers on the CLTC cycle, which translates to roughly 380 kilometers in real-world mixed driving. That's more range than an F-150 Lightning standard range and only slightly less than the extended range model. Towing capacity drops to 2,500 kilograms in the EV version, but that still covers most consumer needs. Charging supports up to 115 kilowatts DC fast charging with 30 to 80% in about 38 minutes. What makes the Poer competitive isn't just the specs, it's the real-world validation. This truck has been tested in some of the harshest environments on Earth. It's used commercially in Australia's mining regions where summer temperatures exceed 45 degrees Celsius. It's used in Thailand where humidity destroys electrical components. It's used in South America on rough dirt roads that would rattle apart lesser vehicles. And it's holding up. Warranty claim rates are comparable to Toyota and significantly better than Ram. The interior quality is where GWM made huge improvements over previous generations. The dashboard features a 14.6-inch touchscreen, 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, and a head-up display. Premium materials throughout including leather seats, soft-touch plastics, and real metal trim. The rear seats are actually comfortable with good legroom, unlike most pickups where the rear seat is an afterthought. Dual-zone climate control, heated and ventilated front seats, and a panoramic sunroof come standard on higher trims. The bed is 1,520 millimeters long with integrated side steps, bed lighting, and multiple tie-down points. The tailgate has a soft-close mechanism and can be opened from the key fob. There's a 220-volt power outlet in the bed rated at 3.3 kilowatts. The frame is a fully boxed steel chassis designed for durability rather than weight savings. Here's why this matters globally. The Poer is already on sale in Australia, New Zealand, Thailand, Chile, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, and over 30 other markets. It's not coming, it's here. And in every market, it's priced 20 to 30% below equivalent Ford Rangers, Toyota Hiluxes, and Ram 1500s. In Australia, the diesel hybrid Poer starts at 54,990 Australian dollars, roughly 36,500 US dollars. A Ford Ranger diesel hybrid starts at 69,990 Australian dollars. That's a $15,000 difference for comparable capability. Sales numbers prove the strategy is working. In Thailand, GWM sold 43,000 Poer pickups in 2024, making it the fourth best-selling pickup behind Toyota Hilux, Isuzu D-Max, and Ford Ranger. In Saudi Arabia, it's the second best-selling Chinese vehicle overall. In Chile, it captured 4% of the pickup market in its first year. These are not test markets. These are established truck markets where buyers are choosing Chinese over American and Japanese brands because the value proposition is undeniable. And GWM isn't stopping. They're building a factory in Brazil that will produce 100,000 Poer pickups annually starting in late 2026. They're in discussions to build a plant in Mexico. They're expanding into Eastern Europe. The global footprint is growing fast, and every market they enter, Ford and Ram lose volume. The Poer proves Chinese trucks can compete on durability and real-world capability, not just price. But the next one takes technology to a level American trucks won't match for years. Radar RD6. The Radar RD6, built by Geely's commercial vehicle division, is the truck that makes you question why American EVs are so expensive. This is a mid-size electric pickup with 435 miles of range, fast charging, refined interior, and a starting price of $32,000 in China, with export pricing expected around $38,000. Compare that to the F-150 Lightning at $62,000 or the Rivian R1T at $73,000. The price gap is so large it feels like a different product category. The RD6 measures 5,260 millimeters long with a 3,120 millimeter wheelbase, slightly smaller than an F-150 but larger than a Ranger. The bed is 1,520 millimeters long, adequate for most work. What makes the RD6 unique is the innovative midgate design borrowed from Honda's Ridgeline. Lower the rear window, fold the bulkhead forward, and you can extend the bed into the cabin, creating a continuous 2,440mm load floor. This allows you to carry lumber, kayaks, or ladders inside a closed cabin rather than exposed in the bed. It's practical, and it's something American truck makers abandoned years ago. The powertrain comes in single motor, rear drive, or dual motor all-wheel drive. The base single motor produces 200 kilowatts or 268 horsepower with 420 newton-meters of torque. The dual motor AWD bumps total output to 315 kilowatts or 422 horsepower with 680 newton-meters. That's serious power. 0 to 100 km per hour takes 6.9 seconds in the dual motor, which is quicker than most gas pickups. Towing capacity is 2,500 kilograms, lower than American trucks, but sufficient for most consumers who rarely tow more than a boat or trailer. The battery is a 102 kilowatt-hour pack using NMC chemistry with 800-volt architecture. This is important. The 800-volt system supports up to 230 kilowatt peak charging rates. That means 30 to 80% in 28 minutes on a suitable fast charger. It's one of the fastest charging pickups available globally. Range on the single motor rear drive is 700 kilometers CLTC, which translates to approximately 435 miles in real-world driving. The dual motor AWD offers 630 kilometers CLTC, or roughly 391 miles real-world. Both numbers exceed the F-150. Lightning extended range. Inside, the RD6 feels more like a premium SUV than a work truck. The dashboard features a massive 14.6-inch portrait touchscreen running Geely's latest software with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, head-up display, and premium materials throughout. Leather seats with heating and ventilation. The rear seats are genuinely comfortable with adult-appropriate legroom. A panoramic glass roof makes the cabin feel open and spacious. The build quality is excellent with tight panel gaps, quality plastics, and solid construction. It's nicer inside than a mid-trim F-150. The suspension uses independent front and rear, unusual for a pickup, but it contributes to the car-like ride quality. Ground clearance is 210 millimeters, adequate for light off-road use and shows job site access. The AWD version includes selectable drive modes for sand, mud, and snow that adjust torque distribution and traction control. It's not a hardcore off-roader, but it's more capable than most lifestyle trucks. The RD6 includes vehicle-to-load capability with 3.3 kilowatt output, meaning you can power tools, camping equipment, or emergency home backup. The bed has integrated lighting, multiple 220-volt outlets, and a powered tonneau cover. The midgate feature makes it genuinely versatile for hauling long items that wouldn't fit in traditional pickup beds. Here's why the RD6 is dangerous for American brands. It launches in multiple international markets in early 2026, including Australia, New Zealand, Southeast Asia, and potentially Europe. The pricing is aggressive. In China, it starts at 219,800 yuan, or roughly $30,500 for the single motor. Export markets will see it priced around $38,000 to $42,000 depending on configuration. That undercuts every electric pickup from Western brands by $20,000 to $35,000, while offering comparable or better range and faster charging. For buyers who want an electric truck but can't justify $70,000, the RD6 is the answer, and once they buy it and it works reliably for 3 years, they're not coming back to Ford or Ram. That's a mass-market electric option, but the next truck targets buyers who need serious off-road capability and aren't afraid to spend for it. JAC Hunter. The JAC Hunter is the truck for buyers who actually use their pickup for work rather than commuting. This is a mid-size electric pickup built by Zhonghua Automobile Company, a commercial vehicle specialist that's been building trucks in China since 1964. They know how to make vehicles that survive harsh conditions, and the Hunter delivers 373 miles of real-world range, 3,500 kilograms of towing capacity, and proper off-road hardware, but for $29,000 in export markets. The Hunter measures 5,405 millimeters long with a 3,125 millimeter wheelbase and a 1,760 millimeter bed. That's proper mid-size pickup dimensions similar to a Ranger or Colorado. The design is aggressive and purposeful with squared-off fenders, a massive upright grille, and a high belt line that gives it a tough stance. LED headlights and taillights, 18-inch all-terrain tires, and available two-tone paint. It looks like a serious work truck, not a lifestyle accessory. The bed features a spray-in liner, integrated tie-down points, a 220-volt power outlet rated at 3.5 kilowatts, and an optional hard-to-know cover. Payload capacity is 865 kilograms. Towing capacity hits 3,500 kilograms with the tow package, matching most mid-size gas pickups. The frame is a traditional ladder chassis with a live rear axle, designed for durability and repairability rather than cutting-edge engineering. This is a truck built to work, not win design awards. The powertrain is a single rear-mounted electric motor producing 200 kilowatts or 268 horsepower with 420 newton-meters of torque. That's more torque than a 3.5-liter V6 gas engine delivers, and it's available instantly from 0 RPM. 0 to 100 km per hour takes 8.3 seconds, respectable for a pickup truck. The 88 kilowatt-hour LFP battery pack provides 600 kilometers of CLTC range, which translates to approximately 373 miles in real-world mixed driving. That's more range than any version of the F-150 Lightning. The battery uses LFP chemistry, which is significant. LFP batteries are more durable and heat-tolerant than NMC chemistry. They handle repeated charge cycles better, they're safer in crashes, and they maintain capacity longer in hot climates. For a work truck that might sit on job sites in 40-degree heat or get cycled heavily, LFP makes sense. Charging supports up to 115 kilowatt DC, fast charging with 30 to 80% taking about 38 minutes. Not the fastest, but acceptable for a commercial vehicle where overnight level 2 charging handles most needs. Inside, the Hunter is more refined than you'd expect from a $29,000 work truck. The dashboard features a 12.3-inch touchscreen and a 10.25-inch digital gauge cluster, leather and vinyl seats with heating in front, dual-zone automatic climate control, power windows and locks, and keyless entry. The rear seats fold up to reveal under-seat storage. It's not luxury, but it's far more comfortable than base work trucks from American brands. The suspension uses independent front and live rear axle with leaf springs, offering 230 millimeters of ground clearance and a 30-degree approach angle. It's capable enough for moderate off-road use and job site access, though it's not a hardcore rock crawler. An optional electronic locking rear differential improves traction on loose surfaces. Here's what makes the Hunter a threat. It launches in multiple markets in 2026, including Southeast Asia, South America, Africa, and the Middle East. These are regions where Ford Rangers, Toyota Hiluxes, and Chevrolet Colorados currently dominate. The Hunter undercuts all of them by 20 to 30% while offering comparable capability and zero fuel cost. In markets where diesel is expensive, the operating cost advantage is massive. A diesel Ranger costs roughly 15 cents per kilometer in fuel. The Hunter costs 3 cents per kilometer in electricity. For commercial buyers running fleets of pickups, that cost difference is enormous. A construction company with 20 trucks saves over $100,000 annually in fuel costs alone. Add lower maintenance costs because electric motors don't need oil changes, transmission services, or emission system repairs, and the total cost of ownership is 40% lower over 5 years. That's why fleet buyers in developing markets are switching to Chinese electric pickups. The economics are undeniable. And once commercial buyers validate the reliability in harsh real-world conditions, consumer buyers follow. The Hunter isn't flashy, but it's functional, affordable, and capable. That's exactly what truck buyers in most of the world actually need. American brands charge premiums for features most buyers don't use. Chinese brands focus on delivering core capability at prices people can afford. It's a strategy that's working, but the final truck on this list is the one that proves Chinese manufacturers can compete in the premium segment where American trucks make the most profit. Changan Hunter. The Changan Hunter, also sold as the Kaisen F70 in some markets, is the truck that should terrify Ram and high-trim F-150 buyers because it delivers premium features, luxury interior, and advanced technology for $45,000. That's less than a base Ram $1,500 and $15,000, less than a comparable Lariat F-150, and it's not cutting corners. This is a genuinely premium truck that proves Chinese manufacturers can compete at the top of the market. The Hunter measures 5,365 millimeters long, with a 3,180 millimeter wheelbase and a 1,680 millimeter bed, full-size pickup proportions. The design is modern and sophisticated with smooth surfacing, LED lighting, and premium finishes. It doesn't look like a work truck. It looks like a luxury SUV with a bed. Chrome accents, 20-inch wheels, and a power tonneau cover come standard. The overall aesthetic is upscale and contemporary. Inside is where the Hunter justifies its positioning. The dashboard features a 14.6-inch vertical touchscreen and a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster running Android Automotive with 5G connectivity and over-the-air updates. Nappa leather seats with heating, ventilation, and massage functions. The front passenger seat has a leg rest extension. The rear seats recline electrically with their own climate zone. Materials throughout include real leather, brushed aluminum, carbon fiber accents, and Alcantara headliner. The build quality is exceptional with Mercedes-level fit and finish. The cabin is remarkably quiet. Sound insulation is so effective that at highway speeds you can hear the person in the back seat speaking normally. A 12-speaker premium audio system with spatial audio processing creates genuine theater-quality sound. The panoramic glass roof spans nearly the entire cabin and can be dimmed electronically. Ambient lighting offers 64 colors with multiple zones. It's legitimately luxurious, not just pretending. The powertrain is a plug-in hybrid system using a 2.0-liter turbocharged engine with dual electric motors. Combined output is 360 kilowatts or 490 horsepower with 750 newton-meters of torque. That's more power than a Ram 1500 Hemi. 0 to 100 km per hour takes 5.9 seconds. The 37 kilowatt-hour battery provides 150 kilometers of pure electric range, enough for a week of commuting. Total combined range with the gasoline generator is over 1,000 kilometers. Towing capacity is 3,500 kilograms. Payload is 900 kilograms. The Hunter uses an advanced four-wheel drive system with torque vectoring and 5 selectable terrain modes, including sand, mud, rock, snow, and sport. The suspension is adaptive air suspension with adjustable ride height, offering 250 millimeters of ground clearance in off-road mode or lowered 40 millimeters for highway efficiency. It can raise and lower on demand for easier entry or loading cargo. The bed features integrated side steps, LED lighting, multiple 220-volt power outlets totaling 6 kilowatts output, and a powered tonneau cover with remote operation. There's a bed-mounted spare tire, which is rare on modern pickups. The tailgate has a soft close mechanism and multiple position settings. Vehicle-to-load capability allows you to power job site equipment or provide emergency home backup. Advanced driver assistance includes adaptive cruise control, lane centering, automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, and 360-degree camera system with off-road trail camera view. The system uses 12 cameras, 5 radars, and 12 ultrasonic sensors for comprehensive coverage. It's Level 2 autonomous capability, meaning hands must stay on the wheel, but the system handles most highway driving. Here's why the Hunter matters strategically. This truck proves Chinese manufacturers can build premium products that compete with high-profit American trucks. Ram and Ford make most of their profit on Laramie, Limited, and Platinum trims that sell for $60,000 to $80,000. The Hunter delivers equivalent luxury and technology for $45,000. That's a $15,000 to $35,000 savings for the same experience. The Hunter launches in international markets including Australia, Middle East, South America, and Southeast Asia in 2026. It's also being evaluated for Europe pending regulatory approval. Changan is building production capacity for 150,000 units annually. They're targeting buyers who want premium trucks but refuse to pay $70,000 for what's fundamentally a work vehicle with leather seats. And based on early reviews from Australian journalists who tested pre-production models, the Hunter is genuinely competitive. The ride quality is refined. The interior is quiet. The technology works reliably. The build quality is solid. It's not a cheap alternative. It's a legitimate alternative. That's the threat. When Chinese trucks were cheap and basic, American brands could dismiss them. When Chinese trucks are premium and sophisticated at significantly lower prices, dismissal becomes denial. So there you have it. 5 Chinese pickup trucks that are quietly replacing Ford and Ram in markets around the world. The BYD Shark solves range anxiety with plug-in hybrid technology. The GWM Poer proves durability in harsh commercial use. The Radar RD6 delivers mass-market electric capability. The JAC Hunter offers work truck functionality at unbeatable cost. And the Changan Hunter competes in the premium segment where American brands make their profit. These aren't coming, they're here. They're taking market share. And American brands don't have answers because they can't match the pricing without destroying their margins. The question isn't if Chinese trucks take significant global market share. The question is how long before tariffs collapse and they show up in American driveways. What do you think? Would you buy a Chinese truck if the price was right? Let me know in the comments. And if this opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button because this industry is changing faster than anyone expected.